Welcome everybody to Road Atlanta. Now for this video we're going to test out the new penalty system. Apparently it's been updated, it's collecting 300% more data than it previously was, so hopefully that means judging the situation will be far more accurate and maybe reduce the amount of penalties given out incorrectly. So hopefully that is the case. It's hard to be able to test that without obviously taking somebody else with you. So thankfully this race occurred. As you can see, it is rather messy. I am starting right at the back of the pack, and it is actually one of the most door banging races I have had in quite a long time, but I had an absolute blast doing it. We are going to be testing the off-track limits, so whether that's either pixel over or literally just driving off the track, cutting a corner blatantly and seeing how that pans out. We're also going to be trying to put ourselves into situations that may result in a bit of bodily contact and seeing how the penalty system also behaves when contact is made. Sometimes, as you all know, when a bit of contact is made, usually you are blamed for that contact whether you're in that vicinity or not. So we're going to see how that really pans out overall. Try cutting that corner a little bit there. It didn't go deep enough, so clearly I didn't get an off track here. We're braking at the 300 meter board down to third gear here. You can see a few more cars going off track. I'm going to go up the inside of the link. I did get an off track. I keep forgetting about that pit exit there. The pit exit is not your friend and will result you in getting a penalty. We are being pushed a little bit wide there, a bit off track. And look at that, no penalty has been given. So not getting involved with the Golf too much. Coming around here now, fourth gear, clipping that curb. Again, no funny business going on. Hitting the Audi to my right hand side, and we are not going to get a penalty. Thank you very much. Coming down the hill, looking out for the 400 meter marker, braking just a little bit too late there, and colliding with the Audi up in front. Again, no penalty. Absolutely smashing. I also think the Audi did benefit from the helpful nudge up the back end, get them through that corner. So thank you is much appreciated. Collision with the car behind me, and I think they've gone off track. Nope, they're still there. I was looking in the mirror, not at the tic tacs on my screen. Right, contact again with the Audi. This time the Audi did go off track. I'm not at fault for that one. They did turn in on me, and no penalty again. Look at that. Usually you would have got a penalty for that, even though they collided with you. The person that went off track, the penalty system used to blame the person, whether rightfully or wrongfully, for pushing them off track, even though I didn't push them off track. Ooh. So improvements have been made, and it does seem to be working rather well. So I've got to say credit where credit's due. This new system is absolutely brilliant. And this race is the perfect race for the amount of chaos I managed to find. I couldn't be any luckier because this is the first time I've been in a race, planned out a video of going, I want to see what the penalty system's like. Joined the race and gone, this is an absolute mess of everybody just diving their ways through and cutting corners, going off track, literally doing everything they can to gain a place, and it's been an absolute blast. I've been very lucky there. Right, braking in this corner now, third gear, giving the position to the Golf up in front. They did have the better line entry. Braking at the top of this hill, down to third gear, over the curb, and away we go. Right, track limits are not cut there, so we have done well now. So let's take a look at some of the track limit stuff and see how that plans out, because what was a massive frustration for myself was, well, if you went a pixel over on the line of tail, bit of tail that happens or anything like that, you got hammered with a penalty. Even if you got pushed off track, you got hammered with a penalty for being off track, and that was ever so frustrating. Because you've not gained time, you've actually lost time. Or sometimes when you got a pixel over or you had a bit of tail out happiness and you go off track for that, it did massively affect the penalty system. Got upset with you and gave you a ridiculous penalty to punish you a little bit more. Even though you haven't actually gained time, you've more lost time. So for this corner, we're going to go straight off the track. Take it wide. Oh, we got an Audi following us. Well, look at that. We're going straight ahead, cutting this track as much as we can. Straight over the corner, cutting the other section of the track and onto the grass on the other side. No penalty. Okay, so we can do a bit of rallycross. And we can take a friend with us too. Geronimo got sucked into that. Geronimo managed to make that corner work while I did not. But we didn't get a penalty for that. And neither did Geronimo, who also followed me off the track. So it's not just me that was lucky in that. Geronimo was also quite lucky and not getting a penalty. I don't know if it's luck. I think the system now calculates whether you have gained time. It's hard to judge at the precise moment, but that's the feeling I'm getting. Let me know down in the comments below if you are also noticing this, or if you've noticed anything different, or if you actually are having a totally different experience to what I'm having now. Please let me know down in the comments below. Geronimo has gone off track again, taking the same line I did last time. Coming back on the track, absolutely sideways, braking to not collide into the back of them. And just looking at the board right now, I don't believe they would have got a penalty for that. Can't grumble at that. That's brilliant news. So I think if you go off track, don't gain time, you don't get a penalty. I am all for that. I think that's absolutely brilliant. It was so frustrating. I know I've said it before. So frustrating having a pixel over the line and then getting a ridiculous penalty to add insult to injury. Right, we are on lap 6. Tyres are on a minor wear on the front left hand side, so the front right hand side is not going to be too far away. This is probably one of my poorest driving standards I've had to show up to now. But I've got to say, it's been an absolute blast in this race. I've had nothing but fun testing out this new penalty system, although I'm testing it out totally incorrectly by going off track again. This one was not planned, and going up gardening, up the fence line, missing the cone on top of the fence, checking nobody is in the way when I come back on, and again, no penalty. I lost 2 places there anyway, it doesn't matter. Oh dear. The only penalty that is kind of funky, and I think it's the only this track that does it, is the pit exit penalty that I received. I've not noticed it at any other track where if you cross over the pit exit line, you get a penalty. So just be mindful at Road Atlanta. That one is really funky. It just catches you out because you think you got all that space and you don't notice the white line there. Geronimo has gone off track again, played with the sand some more, the gravel some more. I can't actually tell if they got a penalty for that or not because the car up in front, but I presume not. So let's see if we can make a move on this Golf. The Golf has gone wide onto the grass. Nope, look, no penalty for even going into that gravel patch right there. So credit where credit's due. I think Forza have actually hit the nail on the head there and done very well. So thank you guys for actually putting the time and effort in. And I know it's taken you a few months to sort it out, but I think this is absolutely smashing. Coming in on our last lap, our front tyres are on moderate wear and they are showing their age. I am struggling to corner with this thing. It is not doing very well. Maybe a hard tyre might have been a better choice here, to be fair. It is a very, very fast track and the corners are very tight and, to be fair, are quite wide and quick. So you are scrubbing a living life out of the tyres. But hopefully, if I can keep the Porsche, I have no idea why that came in my head, the Golf away from me behind, I can actually keep hold of position 17. Hopeful is the word. 1.2 seconds away. Oh, we've done it. Absolutely smashing. At the end of that race, we came P17. Cracking. We gained 1 place overall. Look at that. That is not bad at the end of the day. Right. While we have this moment, I'd like to thank our channel members, which is Andy Good, Jeffrey Anderson, DMC Motorsport Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, John Burns, AK47, Uncle Boney. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel. And if you're enjoying the content you are seeing here, why not hit that subscribe button? I'd also like to give one more shout out to my son. It's his birthday on Sunday, so if you could write happy birthday Dominic in the comment section down below, it'd be very much appreciated. He still does actually watch my videos, so he will see your comment down below and he will absolutely adore it. So thank you very much guys. On to some proper racing again. Coming into our first corner now, looking out for a 200-meter board. Just a touch of the brakes in third gear, diving in, you can see everybody going wide. We are gaining places right now. A little bit of contact has been made. I'm going to make a move up on the Peugeot, going to the left hand side, and we have gone from 6th place because one forgot to start to first place by the end of turn 1, so that is incredible. We do see the Audi in the rearview mirror trying to make a move, coming up the inside of the next corner now at the bus stop, braking at the ambulance on the left hand side down to about 100 miles per hour, and the Peugeot, by the looks of it, went straight into the wall. Yeah, that is not good. Anyway, coming around this corner now, right behind the Audi, looking to make a move here, so I'm going to go to the right hand side, have the better line of this corner, looking out for the 200 meter board being really squished here right now. There's no need to push into the side of the car. I don't mind being squeezed, but if I've got nowhere to go, it's a bit too much squeezing, if you get what I mean. I can't exactly turn into a lawnmower. Right, looking out for the next 200 meter board, braking down to third gear here, turning in, over the curb we go. I'm looking at really maximizing this exit and leaving this quite subtle bit of gap, because I don't want to catch up to behind them during the S's. I want to make a move on them during the run. And I know this car does have some good pace on it. With a bit of slipstream and a bit of help from the car in front, I fake them to the right hand side, I go to the left and get that move done. Looking out for the ambulance on the left hand side, braking down to fourth gear. Oh, got rear-ended by the Audi behind, and they've gone and met the wall. Right, coming around this corner now, in third gear, about 95 miles per hour. I got 0.2 second for off-track violation. That is probably due to the second off-track I had, not due to the first one, which I sort of can understand. I should have braked a bit more and regained more control of the car, rather than just let the car glide over the track. But I am very curious about the whole situation down in the comment section below. So if you can let me know what you feel about that Audi coming up behind me and rear-ending us. Do you reckon that I should have let them through? Do you reckon that they dive bombed and would never have made that corner? Or do you reckon something else? It'll be really interesting to know what you think about the situation. And again, let me know down in the comments below. Right, we are halfway through this race. Quite the lead from position 2. 3.3 seconds away right now. We have pretty good tyre wear as we're only halfway through the race. Well, we're starting out halfway through the race lap. And looking out for the ambulance on the left hand side again. Braking down to fourth gear. And then through the bus stop we go. You're looking at about 100 miles per hour through this section here. Over the curbs as much as you can. You really want to abuse the track limits and keep the car straight as you can going through that section here. Coming around this corner now, you're looking at about 90 to 95 miles per hour. As soon as you see the hut on the right hand side, start accelerating out of the corner and away we go. Coming back over to the right hand side, you want to be looking out for a 200 meter board that's coming up on your right hand side here. Just a touch on the brakes, down to fourth gear, let the car coast through this corner and start accelerating your way out of it here. And then knock it down into third gear here, rubbing that curb on the right hand side and accelerating out the corner again. And across over the start and finish line we go. Doing very well up to now. We've gained a second on the car behind. Now 4.7 seconds away. Again, we are running a 0.2 second penalty. Position 3's got a 0.7 and position 4 has a 1 second penalty. So it makes me wonder what they are for. Not too sure really. I wonder if it's off tracks and wonder how far off track they went to get that off track penalty. We'll have a look at the end of this race at some of the crash cam that has happened, especially with the Peugeot, the Audi, and if there's anything else that has gone on that we was not a witness to. Especially turn 1 was an absolute insane overtake move right there. Gaining from 6th place to 1st place in just one move was nothing but sheer luck, and I'm sure that shocked a lot of people as they went out and they just see this little crappy Hyundai just farting its way through and gaining that position. Well, not that position alone, many other positions along with it. So coming over to the left hand side here, again, touch on the brakes into third, coasting around this corner now. We are now 5.7 seconds away from the cars behind, 5.8 now. Wow, we are really setting a good set of pace here, and we've also beaten our best of a 1:16.268. Although I do feel that more time can be found, especially as I go off track here. 0.6 second penalty. So that is still quite a punishable corner. And in defense of the penalty system, I didn't exactly brake or anything like that. I did go wide and let the car coast through. So I sort of kind of get it, because I didn't try and slow myself down and try and put myself back on the track at the earliest opportunity available. I just flowed with it. So yeah, I did actually go off track there, and I kept my toe in it, really, if you want to look at it that way. I do feel that the penalty system is much improved. I don't feel that I've been hard done by as I did previously, if you want to feel it that way, where you can go off track and you get one. If I got a 1.5 second penalty there, I would have been like, that's a bit rough. That's a, you know, I didn't gain 1.5 seconds, and there's certainly no need to punish me by almost that amount of time. 0.6 second punishment for running a bit wide, I think that is kind of fair. It does seem far more manageable. It does seem to be more palatable on the old taste buds there, and I don't feel hard done by. It's the best way of putting it. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Do you think that was right? Do you think I should have got more of a penalty? Or do you think that I should have been let off as well and gone, well, you didn't accelerate, you didn't gain any time, so maybe the penalty was unjustified? I don't know. It'd be great to know how you think in the comments down below. Going through the bus stop for the final time, again looking about 100 miles per hour through here, but my front tyres are now on minor wear, so the grip, it has been reduced. I do find the Hyundai, I might have said this before, but it does seem to be quite tyre hungry. Again, it could be down to my tune, but let me know what you guys think. Have you driven the Hyundai? Do you find it can be quite hard on tyres? It would be great to be able to gauge other people's opinions. Some cars are harder on tyres than others. You know, I find the Astra to be pretty good on tyres, whilst other people do say the Astra is also a little bit tyre hungry. But the power of this car, it does remind me of the original MG before it got nerfed. I think it's absolutely incredible, and it really does set a good set of pace. So we have P1 in the bag. Let's have a look at some of the crash cams that has occurred. The first race is with the Peugeot, and I'm overtaking the Peugeot, and when they hit the wall, Audi comes sneaking through. Hard to tell contact was made there. Audi gets past me, I brake, Peugeot slides, hits the wall on the right hand side and straight into the wall in the middle. Now these MGs have a little bit of funkiness behind. I didn't actually see what actually happened. MG1 goes off track, goes in front of MG2. MG2 comes back on track. Audi takes out MG1 and pushes them into the wall. MG2 comes at the inside, has a bit of contact with the Golf on the left hand side, but luckily no harm, no foul is present there. Now this is why it's always sometimes best to check the replays, because from this point of view, it looks like the Audi wasn't squeezing me, but from my point of view, the Audi was drifting over to the right and contact was made while I kept my line. It's really hard to tell sometimes what was going on there. Again, from the point of view of the Hyundai, it looked like the Audi was coming over and pushing on the right side. I mean, they could have moved over to the left a little bit as well, given a bit of space, but it didn't. Don't have to, as I did come up the inside there. But we're going to skip ahead to the final collision that finished off the race, really, for this driver here. You can see me faking up the inside there, going to the left side, really getting a good send on them right now. Looking out for that ambulance, break into this corner now. They braked substantially later than I did and eventually met the wall. It is really hard to tell what actually happened, like from their standpoint, because you can clearly see me braking and moving over. I'm going to brake and move over because that's how you take this corner at the most optimal way. They chose to brake, what, a good second or two later than myself, and it's hard to tell whether they would have made that corner cleanly or not. Let me know down in the comments below whether you think they would have been able to make that cleanly or not. But it just looks really funky. I'm braking, moving over, and they start braking just there. Go back a bit. So we at the ambulance already braking. They don't start braking to the hut just after the ambulance, which results them going into the back of me. I mean, they could have made it. It would have been very fast and very tight. It may have well been possible.